Hey guys, and welcome to my A to Z bookish survey tag. I was tagged by Michael at Bitten by a Radioactive Book quite some time ago. Sorry I haven't got to this sooner. Now it is about time to do it. Thank you so much for tagging me, Michael. I will leave Michael's video in the description below. So for this tag, you have to answer a question that is related to each of the English alphabet's letters. So there's a total of 26 questions for this. I will try to keep this as briefly as possible so that this doesn't take forever. So let's go. A is authors you read most books from. Stephen King with 10 books. B is best sequel ever. I picked the second book in the Ursi cycle, The Tombs of Atuan by Ursula K. Le Guin. I remember I really liked this book. C is currently reading. I'm currently reading 2 books. The first book I started reading and I haven't finished yet is Black Beauty by Anna Sewell. The second book I'm also reading is Salvation of a Saint by Keigo Higashino. I'm really liking this one. D is drink of choice while reading. If I read really early in the morning or at a cafe, it will definitely be coffee. If I read in the afternoon, it would be tea, and occasionally in the evening. I really like a good book, particularly a good classic with a good glass of wine. E-reader or physical book? I'm gonna go with physical book. I think e-readers are really practical, and I like reading on an e-reader, but it still doesn't compare to physical book. F is fictional character you would have actually dated in high school. I decided to go with a high school aged character. Tommy Ross from Carrie by Stephen King. This is the Romanian edition. Tommy, I think, is a good guy. He's really nice to Sue and he's really nice to Carrie as well. For G, we have Glad You Gave This Book a Chance. The Woman in Black by Susan Hill. I didn't have a great experience with the movie when I saw it the first time, and I wasn't sure if I really wanted to pick up the book or not. I did. I really liked it. I rewatched the movie. I really liked that one as well. So I'm really glad I gave this a chance. If you want to know more about my movie experience and what I thought about the book and the movie after I rewatched it, I have a review that I posted for this, and I'll be leaving a link for that one in the description. H stands for Hidden Gem Book. That was easy. The Saint of Incipient Insanities by Elif Shafak. I think everyone should read this book. It is so nicely written and it's so smart and it's so beautiful, and I also have a review about it. I stands for Important Moment in Your Reading Life. That one has to be the time that I spent in the house of one of my aunts who reads a lot, and she got me back into reading a lot. At that point I had kind of not read too much lately, and that was a really good moment for me, and since then I've really started reading a lot more. J stands for Just Finished. I just finished The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. This was a very interesting read for me. I quite enjoyed it even though I didn't really love it. Stay tuned for an upcoming review. K stands for Kind of Books You Won't Read. I have to admit I am put off by big chunky non-fiction books, but I would give it a chance still if I really thought it was worth it. L stands for Longest Book You've Read. According to Goodreads, it is Bag of Bones by Stephen King with 736 pages. I seriously didn't feel it was that long when I read it though. It just flew by. It was really good. M stands for Major Book Hangover. 1,000 Splendid Suns by Khaled Hosseini. This book made me cry, and after I finished it, it left a big impression on me. N stands for number of bookcases you own. I decided to go for number of shelves that I own, and that would be a total of 7 shelves. A couple of them are just pinned to the wall, so they're not really cases. O stands for one book you've read multiple times. This is the only question that I have no answer for. I actually don't really reread books. I would love to reread books. I have so many books that I would really love to reread, but they are never really a priority for me because there's so many books out there that I want to read and I haven't read that I never actually get to rereading the books I want to reread. P stands for Preferred Place to Read. I really like to read in crowded places like airports or cafes or trains. I really like the noise of the crowd. R stands for Reading Regret. That would probably have to be not reading more children's books when I was a child. I'm reading a couple of children's books this month for the Read Kids Lit project. And even though they're enjoyable, when you read kids literature as a kid, you experience them as being a lot more magical, and your imagination goes a lot more wild with it than as an adult. because as an adult you don't have that innocence anymore and you see the world with different eyes. S stands for series that you started and need to finish. For that one I'm going to go with the Millennium series. I've read The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo and The Girl Who Played with Fire. I haven't read The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. I really enjoy the first two, so I will go back to it. T stands for 3 of your all-time favorite books. These are just 3. They're not in any particular order, they're just the ones I thought of first. The Long Walk by Stephen King, Please Look After Mother by Kook Sung Shin, and We Need to Talk About Kevin by Lana Shriver. U stands for Unapologetic Fangirl 4. I'll say it again, Elif Shafak. Elif Shafak is an amazing writer. I'm not going to stop talking about that woman on this channel. I am not. V is very excited for this release more than others. I am going with A Midsummer's Equation by Keigo Higashino. I have no idea when this book is being released, but in my Salvation of a Saint book it says that that is the next book in the series that's being translated into English. And since I'm really enjoying this series, I'm really looking forward to it. This is not really a series that's related to one another. It's like more like Agatha Christie, where you have the same detectives but none of the murders are related. So W stands for Worst Bookish Habit. I have an obsession about checking page numbers. I really feel compelled to go at the back of the book and check the number of pages that the book has. Sometimes it really ruins the experience. X stands for X Marks the Spot. And the 27th book was American Psycho by Bret Easton Ellis. A really good book, by the way. I really loved this one. Y stands for Your Latest Purchase. My latest physical purchase was The Flea Palace by Elif Shafak. My latest ebook purchase was The Call of Cthulhu. And finally, Z stands for Z Snatcher book, the last book that kept you up way late. That one has to be The Fountainhead by Ayn Rand. I read that one in September. I read it until 3:30 in the morning when I knew I had to wake up at around 6:30 to go and catch my air flight. I couldn't put the book down, it was just amazing. Okay, so this is it for my A to Z bookish survey tag. I had a lot of fun doing this, even though a lot of the questions took a lot of time to think about. For this tag, I'm going to be tagging everyone whose name starts with a vowel. So if your first name starts with A, E, I, O, or U, you are tagged. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you back with more videos soon. I hope you have a great day. Bye!